With 4 million monthly listeners and a viral hit amassing over 70 million streams on Spotify alone, this AI Playboi Carti rapper known as Twin is currently pushing the boundaries of the music industry. Their TikTok hit Telescope literally has more streams than 64 songs released by the real Playboi Carti. And after immediately interested in this phenom, I was actually able to then land an interview with the main voice behind Twin.
It's hard to flex about it because then you're like, yeah, I'm the dude that made the fake Carti song.
Now, if you haven't seen my full video about Twin on my main channel, I would suggest watching that one first, as it breaks down the entire operation behind Twin. And while I included most of what I thought were the most interesting points of our conversation, some fans are still wanting to hear more about this viral artist. So here's basically everything he told me.
There was such a long list of songs we had to push out at a certain date line for that album that Telescope was just one of 20. It was just a drop of water in the ocean for me. It took probably 2.5 hours to mix, so I probably should have known it was gonna be a little more complex than the other songs. But it just immediately caught the TikTok editor community, and they started to pick up on that and just push it through, and the sound grew. It picked up really slowly from May to June, but then July it spiked up to 1.8 million per day. I think is what it was. And still it's on 1.1 million or something. That's what we gained per day. That verse that I had for the Travis thing was really old. I had it buried in my notes app. I typically don't do this, but I didn't know really how to write for Travis Scott. I listen to him a lot, but I write for Carti stuff, not really him. So I just used some old lyrics I had for his verse. And then with Carti's, I just was, not gonna lie, just mumbling. The first mix of the song was really bad. It was really bad. It sounded good, okay to me, and then I sent it to Claus and had him re-engineer it a little bit and tweak it. And then he sent it to, I think it's Sky, Prod Sky. He does a lot of the Yeet remixes and stuff, and he did a couple tweaks on it, sent it back to me, and I put my tweak, and then we put out that final product. I get listening to the song, but I just can't really picture putting that in your playlist and re-listening to it over and over again like some people do. I see people who hate the song so much they'll go and send me a death threat over it, and then I see some people who love it so much that they sit there and fight for their life over it. I mean, it was to the point where a lot of people, especially people in real life, when they would hear the song, they'd say is that that's you, right? And I was like, no, it's a robot. And they say it just sounds like you. So I just kept trying to push to make, as bad as it sounds, my voice got really strained from doing it so much, but it caused me to be able to just consistently keep that same rasp when I rap, so I can just do that, I guess, without any voice changers. I'm not gonna lie, I'm picky with it, because there's some good songs that I'm not gonna lie, I've heard actually really good AI songs that I've will put it in a playlist type shit, but
Right.
Then there's some that just aren't. And I still to this day don't believe Telescope is playlist worthy. If you really dig deep into the AI music community, you'll find some shit that's what the how is this not sitting at the top? I'm definitely proud of it, but I think it could have been earned in a better light, but I'm not complaining, I guess. I didn't start doing any type of Playboi Carti stuff till about 8 or 9 months ago. I had a pretty decent YouTube channel with 1.2K, something like that, but it did get struck down by UMG. I made my new channel and just kind of kept building an audience off of there until eventually A&Rs and stuff like that were texting me hey, I really like what you're doing. But this one guy had a really good idea that we take a French video creator, I guess is the word, he's a model, and we kind of just created this whole twin image off of it and have been doing that ever since. That's just kind of how we all came together, just in probably overnight, to be honest. LL Claus, who produces the beats, Claus will do the instrumentals. Twin will go out and work on a video for the song, and I'll go out and work, or I'll just do the vocals. I'll record, I'll write the lyrics, engineer. Claus will help me with engineering, but for the most part, I do most of the vocals. I'm from North Carolina. I'm way far away from everybody else. Claus is in Brazil, I think.
Gotcha.
So we're all from all different parts of the world. The owner had just messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey man, I really mess with what y'all are doing. If you want to hop on call, we could talk about just ideas and stuff if y'all are down. So I hopped on FaceTime with him, and ever since that's That's how Twin was born. He platformed everything as far as like Telescope and Project YV and all that. Well, originally we just went all software, like it was just like all artificial intelligence, whatever. But now we're kind of like moving into an area where we don't have to use it, so we don't have to like worry about. We can still get compared, but without saying that we're like directly copying somebody. But yeah, it's changed a lot, to be honest, over the process of 8 months. And like the only form of AI that's really used is just like the software that like it changes your voice tone from like one to match the same vocal tone of someone else that you. I'm trying to think of like you train it to do. A lot of people think that Twin is just like, because there's a lot of softwares that came out now. I've seen that where you can just go and like type in make a rap song or make a rock song or just something stupid like that, and it'll come out with like a full artificial intelligence song. So that's kind of like what a lot of people believe Twin is, and that's just, it's not. I'm gonna be honest, I have like a lot of like fake fan pages where I like go on TikTok and just like post Twin stuff, and then I'll market it on there as like AI Carti, but you'll never hear it directly come out of Twin's mouth that I am AI Carti. It just doesn't happen, because then that give like Universal or any type of like music label that wants to sue us grounds to do it. Yeah, Apple's a little confused though, because they think we're fully like robots. They think we're not real people at all. So I don't know how we're gonna handle that, but eventually we will. I guess my theory is that like people just saw the song so much they were like, "Ugh," and then reported it and just continuously reported it for like artificial intelligence, and then Apple was like, oh, well, okay. The reason we're able to re-upload it is because legally, like just legally speaking, there's not very much anyone can do in this situation. Like if they take us down, we can't do anything to fight them, but they also can't come at us legally, like in court. Like it's just kind of this weird gray zone with AI. If we were to go and say like AI Carti Twin and just change his name to that, just the fact that it has Carti in the name is enough to get us in court and just get like sued to high heavens. To be honest, like I said, I'm not really sure how much I can say, but like we split it equally just between everyone. Obviously, just by like typical standards, the label gets a little bit more than everyone. But I will say, as far as like cuts and stuff, they're fair to everybody. So we all get about an equal cut of the money. To be honest, it's all about monetizing now. We just got to do it as much as possible. But bro, yeah, especially since Cardi's about to drop. Like I mean, probably November or something. Like yeah, we gotta at least run this course while it lasts. Indiana 420 bitch is his music video or creative. I'm not really sure what they do. He reposted Telescope twice, but it was just like edits of it. And Universal Music Group has struck us down like 3 or 4 times. So there's not a doubt in my mind that he's heard it. Not a doubt in my mind. I got the link up, I guess, just through Unique, because Unique and Twin are good friends already. And Unique was like, I want to work on a song with y'all, but like if we do, I kind of want to make it like something big, like go crazy on it. But like, so therefore I'm gonna get y'all a Filthy beat, because he does a lot of stuff with Filthy already. So I was like, geez, all right. So we worked out like paperwork and stuff, and we got that cleared. And honestly, it was just as easy as that, to be honest. Twins met Filthy in real life. There's a clip of him. He snippeted All Red in a club, and Twin was the one with the Instagram live filming it. But they've hung out in the club like 2 or 3 times. I don't know about like direct like flicking up or anything, but that's probably something in the future. To be honest, I wasn't even gonna say that, but then Twin texted 42 Daily mid-interview, and then he just like fully leaked that. So it's whatever. Trippie Redd wanted to buy the Freak Out beat, which is a song that we made. I'm not sure how much or if the deal ever went through, but Claw sent us a picture of the Instagram DMs of Trippie Redd going like, yo, brother, send loops, send beats, whatever, and said, I want to buy the Freak Out one. The problem with the LaserDim feature is, I'm not going to say how much he charges, but he charges an amount that I don't know if I'm trying to pay. That's a lot. It's a lot of money. Like car payments type money. Like if I were to like really dream hard, I want to work with Two Hollis. Two Hollis is a goat. Like I'm not gonna lie, he's one of, before he went on a tour with Ken, when he had his like white boy M haircut and shit, that was when I really liked him. But seeing him go back out on tour with Ken made me like just really want to get a feature from him one day. Like that's just like a dream thing. Well, I'll probably like I'm still always probably gonna be like working under Twin or whatever with them, but As of right now, I'm going off on my own thing to do like a separate album and build an artist like that. But I don't know when it'll probably be like October or something. I don't wanna confuse people because if I start going off and making my own music, it's still gonna have like that little hint of Twin in it, and people are gonna be probably really confused hearing that and be like, "This is just Twin. What?" Claus is co-producing the album that I'm doing right now. It's gonna be like a plug and be type stuff. It's a little way different than Twin. I just tried to make it as distant from him as possible without confusing people. I was really concerned about this because eventually Twin's gonna hit like a stop, and I don't know how I'm gonna keep proceeding.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd do that early. Honestly, as cliche and like funny as this coming from me, stay as creative as possible and don't hate on somebody just because they like something. I mean, you can hate on the artist, hate on the music, but if you go and like attack somebody for liking something, that's just wrong. And that's what a lot of stuff I see, a lot of people in the Carti community do. Like there's a lot of people I don't agree with their music taste, but people in this community will just go and like threaten you over it.
Shout out to 507 Kaz for doing this interview with me. And again, if you haven't already, definitely go watch my main channel video about Twin.